If you left the Iranian military alone, what the hell was this all for, Donald? Donald Trump got on Fox News being interviewed by his daughter in law and said people would actually be surprised that we've largely left the Iranian military alone. After weeks of AI slop, AI bullshit, really, saying that the Iranian military has been completely decimated and destroyed. Well, we all knew that wasn't the case because of what we've seen every single day. Iran has been able to maintain strikes on US targets as well as other targets in the Mideast region. So we knew Trump was lying this entire time, but what made him tell the truth to his daughter in law, but nobody else? And honestly, I'm more concerned he actually told the truth. Are the meds kicking in? Did you change the meds? What's going on? But again, what the hell is all of this for? I know it's about ego. I know it's about power. I know it's about money. I know it's about market manipulation. But is it really about Iran obtaining a nuclear weapon? No, they've been on the verge of obtaining one, since I was a child, really. So again, this is all bullshit.
In this morning's episode of What Fresh Hell Are We Waking Up To, Trump is now finally admitting that, well, Iran's military has largely been left intact. After weeks of claiming that the United States military decimated the Iranian military, Trump now says, well, we've actually largely left the Iranian military alone. So this is what he claimed in an interview with Laura Trump. Quote, we actually left their military alone. People would be surprised to hear that, claiming that his strikes haven't really hurt the Iranian military. Well, if you go back just about a month, a little more than a month, on April 11th, he says the United States military has completely destroyed Iran's military. Well, which one is it? Ever since that Truth Social post, we've seen many investigations done, many classified intelligence briefings released, and more showing that the Iranian military is actually pretty strong still, that it's retained a number of its capabilities to this day despite U.S. strikes. And seemingly, Trump is trying to change his tone and his narrative around what actually is happening in Iran. Good morning. Happy Sunday. See you soon.
Donald Trump just admitted that the Iranian military is still intact and that it was apparently intentionally left intact by the U.S. Here's the clip.
Their military, we sort of left it alone because we think that their military is somewhat moderate. They have other people that are moderate. We've taken them out. We've taken different forms of leadership out. We've actually left their military alone. People would be surprised to hear that. Because mistakes have been made in wars where you wipe out everybody and then you have a country that's, for 40 years can never rebuild. You look at what happened with Iraq. We did so bad. That was such a foolish thing, what we did. Shouldn't have been there in the first place, by the way.
However, he would immediately contradict himself in the very same interview where moments later he would say that the Iranian military has been totally destroyed. Here's the clip.
Iran is in a very bad position. They have no military. All they have is good talk, and they have a fake press.
So wait, now they have no military? I thought you intentionally kept their military intact. And how is Iran supposed to make a deal with someone like this guy who contradicts himself and lies at every second?
Trump has been saying every day, endlessly, that we've destroyed Iran's Navy, Air Force, their military. He says they have no military capability. Well, he just gave a press conference, interview, something. And what he said was, we've left Iran's military alone. Well, which is it, Donnie? Did we wipe them out? Or are they still there? I don't understand. I don't know why I even do this. Of course, you're an idiot. You lie. And there's no way anyone can believe anything you say. There are some people, but they're about as brain dead as you, believing anything you tell them. That's all I want to say.
Iran is humiliating Donald Trump by just letting him speak as Trump reveals things are not going as well in the war as he claimed. Now, as you know, Donald Trump loves to make two claims about the war in Iran. One is that they are desperate to make a deal and they are begging him. And also that we have completely destroyed their military 100%. But last night, Donald Trump revealed that neither of those things are true, saying that Iran is slow-walking any negotiation, that it takes them a while to get back to us, and that we have barely touched their military, that we have mostly left it alone. And this is a huge revelation and humiliating for Donald Trump. Now, it's my belief that there is a deal in place right now, that we have a deal. Donald Trump is just taking his time signing it because he knows whatever, when it comes out, it will be embarrassing for him, that he is going to be defeated, that we will pay them to reopen the strait, something that was open before the war, and to get them to the negotiation table, something that was happening before the war. Donald Trump went to war thinking he could bring Iran to their knees. Instead, he is suffering a massive humiliation.
I'm going to prove to you in a few quick points that America has lost the war with Iran. It's unquestionable. It's irrefutable. It's not arguable. And I want you to use these. If you have someone come up in your comments or your replies or in real life, whether it's MAG or anybody else trying to say Trump is a 5D chess player, okay? Number one, is Iran more or less likely with the regime to get a nuclear weapon? They're way more likely. They're definitively going to try to get a nuclear weapon now because that's the lesson of Ukraine. That's the lesson of Libya. That's the lesson of North Korea. Proven yet again. Number two, have they had their conventional capabilities degraded? Not really. Not really. 70 to 90%, depending on what leaked intelligence reports you believe. And we've actually shown them how they can survive our hardest bombing attacks. So they've fortified, they've rebuilt during this ridiculous ceasefire that is leading nowhere, and they're more dangerous than they were before. Number three, is the regime more entrenched? Is the regime more radical? Yes, they are. Period. So when you look at those things, that's pretty bad. Let's go to the final one. Do they now have a stronger position, a card they can always play, ace up the sleeve? Yes, they do, Strait of Hormuz. What was theoretical is now practical. It is real. In every possible respect, they're better off, they're stronger, and we have accomplished essentially nothing except for crashing the world economy, showing our allies that we can't be relied upon to protect them, and that we're a bunch of idiots. That's basically it. So there you go. We're weaker, they're stronger. It's stupid. Oh, and by the way, we pissed away 5 years and about $40 billion worth of munitions. Good job, Trump.
The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. A. Trump's shocking confession, admitting that starting war with Iran was a mistake. No. Agatari must come again now. According to him, this was a not. Why didn't people advise him properly? That Iran is not Venezuela, Afghanistan. Iran is Iran. And they just allowed him to go and enter this corner thing like that. Speaking on Fox News, he had just decided to open up everything. And admit, though, U.S. President Donald Trump has made a striking comment on U.S. involvement in Iran, saying America, quote, shouldn't have been in Iran, end of quote, while also defending military action taken against Iran. Speaking in an interview with Fox News, Trump compared the situation to the Iraq War, which he described as a costly mistake. At the same time, he argued that U.S. strikes prevented Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon and claimed Washington deliberately avoided targeting large parts of Iran's military. See, that what happened in Iraq was also a mistake. They shouldn't have gone there. That's it, Middle East. When you want to enter the course, when you look at the money, the budget you take there, because the people are not ready to just be like Africa, where we allow them to come and do food and go away, ready to be like Venezuela, where they will sell, and finally the oil that they are looking for, they are there to fight to protect their things. So when they entered, they saw that it was a raw meat. But you know, we have to say certain things to cover certain things now. That see, they don't want to do this, but we know that at the end of the day, he said that, Johnny, we have to run for our lives. Every 32 seconds, it was just who. They were ready for us. Who say man no this? Those of us who were sitting here claiming that we are just the Iran, they want to finish Iran, they can finish. You hear them? It was a mistake, a big one. The same person openly told the whole world that, see, nobody advised him when he came there. If he should have, he wouldn't have even entered. So, I hope Africans, we are learning. The most important thing in this world is to build yourself. Iran was under sanctions, so they thought Iran, but when they came, they saw that this is a raw meat. But they are talking about regional stability for the Groliland. And now they have seen the whole where things are. No wonder the Gulf states, according to the report I showed you, the analyst is saying that that now they are thinking of how to form new alignment with Pakistan and Qatar to make sure that they take their own security, because they have realized that the regime change that did not happen. It's going to be a wahala on their head. Iran has taken charge because Iran is giving everything. We've seen the petrodollar now, petro yuan. We are seeing the king. Like everything is just taken out of. So now the power no day. What? You hear Ram for yourself? I always say, okay, will say one thing. That's why sometimes when he talks, I don't want to. You understand? Because he will say it and the next time he will say something different. So that's the latest around the world. And in the United States of America.
Breaking news. Iran says that it's fully prepared in the event no agreement with the US. The United States sent an agreement to Iran so they can agree to the ceasefire and to stop this war. And Iran says that we understand and we have everything that US have said, but we don't give a shit, because that's what US have been doing. Every single time that Iran is negotiating with the United States, they turn back and they attack them and they bomb them. So Iran is saying here that, yeah, we know what US have just sent to us, but we're not going to go with it. You know, guys, comment down below what are your thoughts on the United States and Iran. Do you think this war is going to end anytime soon or not?
Donald Trump just admitted that we've barely hit Iran's military in the most ridiculous confession of all time. Now, as you know, Donald Trump has been saying that we've wiped out Iran's military, that they have no navy, it's all at the bottom of the sea, they have no anti-air defense, they have no nothing, because we have completely wiped them out. But tonight, during an interview with his daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, Donald Trump admitted this.
Taken different forms of leadership out. We've actually left their military alone. People would be surprised to hear that. Because,
yeah, people would be surprised to hear that, because you and Pete Hegseth have been telling us that their military is completely wiped out, that they have nothing left. Despite the fact that they've taken down our aircraft, they've taken down our drones, they can still control the Strait of Hormuz. Donald Trump has insisted this whole time they have no military. Now he says we haven't touched them. This is absolutely the worst situation America has ever been in, and we are a complete laughingstock